Boom!
Boom! Neil!
Yes, sir.
It's ear month in Santa Cruz.
It's a month.
Yeah, we're calling it that because this is our annual doc show.
Yeah.
Dr. Doug Hetzler's back on the show. I would call him, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, the #1 surfer's ear doctor on the planet. Can I call you that?
You can. I think there's a number of good docs out there that we're kind of gradually spreading the word, and they're getting better and better.
And you're saying those are the docs that you trained?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So #1 ear doctor on the planet for surfer's ear. And what I would like to tell everybody first and foremost, can we zoom in on this t-shirt?
Oh, yeah.
He's got the Doc Scott t-shirt on right now.
That's a great t-shirt.
And
I just want to ask the doc one question. I want to ask the doc one question and get it off my chest and remember it. Is TC's ear? Are they the worst that you've? Is it one of the worst ears that you've looked at? Or I don't think you did a little work on it. You did a little work on it when you drove him to your office at 10 o'clock at night to get that Volkswagen out of your ear. What do you have the worst ears that you had? You've
I've
seen
some pretty bad ears.
Bad.
Yeah.
well,
What's quantify pretty bad on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being really crappy.
He's probably an 8.
Ooh.
Thank you very much. That's a B+.
Yeah.
Well, and let's circle back to Doc Scott.
Sure.
One of the early pioneers of what you have been focused on your entire career, pretty much as far as surfer's ear goes.
Yeah, I think he was really deserved a lot of credit, making people aware of the condition, and then coming up with an earplug to try to prevent the condition. And I also am kind of a vote of thanks. In 1997, I was riding my bike on West Cliff during the new Coldwater Classic, and had this ProPlug booth set up. Stopped and talked to him, and he said, there's some guy in San Diego using chisels to get these bone growths out of the ear canal. So I read a couple of things in the medical literature about this. I called this guy up, and that kind of set me on the path, and then we kind of evolved things from there. So he directly is responsible for using the technique, developing the technique that I'm using now.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Well, just to get the people who are watching, because we have so many new people that watch the show all the time. Describe surfer's ear to them so they just kind of know what causes it and what it looks like and what it is.
So there's a phenomenon when you expose your ear canal to cold water over thousands of hours where the skin in the ear canal is the thinnest skin in the body. It's a very, very poor insulator. And so that cold water has the effect of causing stimulating bone growth. So you have a flat surface, layer upon layer upon layer of bone grows. And you get to the point where these things kind of grow and can close off the ear canal, and then the water gets stuck, cause infections, hearing loss, this kind of thing. And so it's really the cold water that does it. Warm water won't tend to do this. So the threshold is thought to be 68 degrees. So water warmer than 68 degrees shouldn't really cause it. So most swimming pools, not a problem. California coastal ocean, 50 to 60 degrees here, perfect place to cause this kind of a thing. And I think Santa Cruz probably has one of the highest per capita rates in the world for that reason.
Yeah.
You get people that could be on waves every day of the year and are out for decades. And again, Doc Scott's thing was, let's put out the ProPlug. Let's put earplugs out there. People can use these. That can lessen the progression or possibly prevent it. And he was, I don't know when he started his company, probably back in the 70s sometime. Mm-hmm. And he was obviously a strong advocate for surfers and a great benefactor of surfers and ocean sports people. But all through his career, he was really trying to help people avoid this condition. And so I see the people who didn't avoid it.
Right.
And
it's not just for surfing; it's also other sports, canoing,
kayaking.
Kayaking.
I think kayakers make it faster. If
Yeah.
people are doing aggressive kayaking in streams, a lot of times it's snow melt.
Yeah, all right.
So maybe even colder water. So
Right.
I've seen some kayakers that seem to get it faster than surfers do.
Okay.
Well, what's interesting is when I was young, pre-chisel, they basically just used a drill, right? And they would drill it, and the recovery was longer. If I'm not mistaken.
So the main technique worldwide is still to make a cut behind the ear, peel the skin away from the ear away from the skull, peel the skin out of the ear canal, ream it out with a drill, put this back, pack here, stitch here, usually one ear at a time. And so you're cutting through a lot of normal skin, muscle, nerves to do that.
Which can damage your ear. You can damage your eardrum from the drill, right? Wouldn't it?
Yeah, with any tools, anybody, in my technique too. Anybody's using tools, and that's an issue. But the issue with the drill is also the noise. The drill can generate up to 125 decibels, so that can damage people's hearing. So if we're the guardians of the ear, we'd like to not put big noise generators in people's ears. But that is still the predominant technique worldwide. So
in recovery for that technique?
well, you're cutting through normal skin, muscle, nerves, and doing a big dissection, so it's going to slow things down. If you can just go down the ear canal and just do things in that area, typically we get people healing 3-4 weeks, and able to go back in the water with watertight healing.
Because growing up, that's why I was always terrified of having the surgery. I have brothers who had the surgery. 6 to 8 months out of the water for them. A lot of times was how long it took. And I was like, I'm not missing south swell, I'm not missing this swell. So, and the gentleman in San Diego, that he was the one that taught you how to use.
So there's a guy, Jeff Smith. So we had one phone conversation, and I got a few pointers, and then we kind of evolved it from there. So up until that point, I'd be using a technique drilling down the ear canal. I didn't like the idea of cutting behind. Drilling down the ear canal, and then I kind of blended in the use of the chisel to the point where I didn't have to use the drill at all. And been doing it that way since the last 27 years.
In 27 years, how many times have you?
So I've never put a chisel through anybody's eardrum.
No, but how many
operations?
Yeah, how many operations have you done?
A little over 3,800.
3,800 ears,
which represents something over 2,000.
I still get my bone chips.
And Neil, are you like 80? How many have you had now?
What? Surgery?
Chisels, yeah.
I had surgery. Yep, he worked at both my ears.
Yeah. And is he ready to go back? Is that?
We'll have to have a look.
Can we? This is my friend Lucas right here.
Hey,
Lucas, welcome.
Lucas is he owns the Rice Collective gym I go to, and then he's a swim coach.
Okay.
So this is right up his alley. He needs to have his ears checked because he's standing on the side of a pool 3 hours a day.
But the question is, the swimming pool, it shouldn't be cold enough to do it, and cold air isn't enough to do it. It's really the cold water. That really
Cold water.
So maybe he'll be all right. Oh, he surfs too. Okay,
Yeah.
Double whammy.
Do you want to grab? Do you want to get the equipment and we'll do a?
Do you want to set it up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll set it right here. It sounds great.
Yeah.
And while we're waiting for them to do that, I just wanted to say a few things about Doc Scott.
Yeah.
Because we're on Surfer's Ear tonight, and what I would like to praise Doc Scott for was his support of amateur surfing in Santa Cruz.
Right.
I think he made one of the largest impacts of any human in Santa Cruz history when it comes to youth, amateur competitive surfing,
Right.
and helping, supporting, mentoring, coaching the kids that were rising up through the ranks in our town. And it goes back to that. It takes a village.
Do you have an example? Do you have an example how he helped you? I think.
We had a mutual relationship because for a while, Brenda Scott, his daughter, who owns Hotline Wetsuit, was giving me wetsuits, and because I was traveling the coast, I would help out Brenda sell wetsuits,
right?
And thus Pro Plugs,
right?
Because Brenda was the distributor of Pro Plugs,
okay.
And so that was a really cool thing about it. So big kudos to Doc Scott.
Big kudos.
Dr. Hetzler wearing the shirt tonight is really cool.
So we're going to do Tony again because I want you. Hers are pretty good,
sure.
Right?
And can I leave it about like this? Does this work?
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, we'll get the cameras on there.
Try not to block you.
So you go first. You're going to go first. We're going to go.
Okay.
You want to show the waxy one first?
You can show it.
We had the world premiere of Tony's Ear just a minute ago. It was pretty spectacular.
How's it looking, Doc?
Well, there's a big piece of wax, and we're not sure what's behind that, so we got to get that out of there to really tell. She's got some convexity there over kind of the 9 o'clock position, and then the gray thing up above that is the eardrum, but we're not quite sure what's.
How are you going to get it? How are you going to get it? How are you going to remove it?
Special tools, special suctions, and a little grasping.
Okay.
Things and,
Neil said a bulldozer earlier.
I don't know why you
don't have anything quite like that.
I think that was.
What
the
ear was
quote.
that? That was the right ear. This is the left
this
ear.
is coming
Correct.
left.
Okay.
The left we saw earlier had some good surfers ear. It looked like.
That was the right ear. This is pretty clear right here. Look at
So
it.
then we've seen over there at 9 o'clock, and then over kind of at 3 to 6 o'clock. There's some stuff over there. Little knob up there at 12 o'clock.
And this is what you were saying is the eardrum right here.
Yeah, that gray thing, and then
This thing.
all that gray stuff
Oh, this
there,
whole
all that thing.
area.
And then that vertical white line is what's called the malleus. That's the first bone behind the eardrum. It helps conduct sound.
Wait, the
through.
vertical white line.
This thing right here it looks like, right?
Yeah.
And
that's
is
the
that
malleus.
attached to the actual eardrum?
Yes. Yeah, so that's right behind the eardrum. And then that stuff on the left could be getting kind of close to the ear. We don't have a three-dimensional view. You can't see around the corner, but that could create kind of a narrow cleft, and water could get stuck behind that. Yeah.
So that whole gray area is the drum.
Yeah.
That's okay. Glad we clarified that.
Yeah.
Good shape there, Tony.
Nice job, Tony. World premiere. Of
Yeah.
the
Now
eardrum.
we're getting to the bottom of the barrel here. Okay, Lucas, you're next.
Lucas, have you ever had your ear cameraed before?
I have not.
Okay, this is a first. So this is a world debut as well.
Have you had ear surgery before?
I've never had ear surgery. There's some serious hair in there.
There's supposed to be here.
No, wait a minute. That looks pretty.
Pretty open.
Huh?
Well,
Huh?
That's pretty open. That's not too bad.
Very much.
Typical of like a competitive swimmer, you think?
Sure. Not bad. And you
Look
switch
at
sides
that.
with you.
I need a surf one.
Well done. Well done.
Wait, go to the other one. Hang on a
Or a
minute.
surfer in warm water.
This one could be. The right ear is always an issue at Pleasure Point.
Oh man.
A bit of wax. Don't worry about it. You got a little more.
There's a
bump
bump.
up here. So you got something up there,
Yeah.
and then you got a little bit of stuff over there. And a little more convexity on that right side. But the
How's it looking?
the main issue is water gets stuck. If water gets stuck on it, then that starts becoming more of an issue. But if you're not getting water stuck, then you can have a lot of bone growth and not have to do anything about it.
Not that I've noticed lately.
Good.
Yeah.
But I mean, the less cold water in there, the better. I mean, if you want to use earplugs in the ocean to try to keep it from getting worse.
So that right there is a growth.
Yep, that's one of the growths.
And then these are getting wider.
yeah, those are starting to close in a little bit.
Yeah.
Oops. Yes. Nothing horrible. But it all comes back to how are your ears working for you? If they're working well,
They seem okay so far.
keep kind of doing what you're doing. If they're
Neil,
not
should we
working
show
well-
a train wreck?
You're first, bro. You're first. Oh God.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, Doc. There's been some horrific stories about TC's ears.
Well, it could
Let's
change.
see.
It could be better. Let's hope for the best.
See what we can find here.
It's normally not pretty. Yeah, that's what we normally see. And then welcome to my life.
There's some wax and hairs.
Yeah, it's
Why?
yeah. You can't even see the bone, Doc.
There's some wax down there on the bottom.
It's
Can you send us some dynamite? Like you're trying to
We need a bunker
do an
buster.
underground tunnel.
A bunker buster.
That's, okay, that was the good, is that the good side?
I don't. They're both terrible.
What's a bunker buster?
That is the largest military bomb you can
Is
get.
that what they tried in?
Okay, Doc,
Iran?
it's bad. There's my surfer's
There
ear.
we can see the bone.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're completely almost close
pretty
to
much
the-
Well,
close,
little space
yeah.
on the bottom, little space on the top. All you need is a pinhole opening and you have normal hearing.
Oh,
So you
you're
could
kidding.
have tremendous closure in here normally. But just again, the
What
idea
time
that
can you
water
get?
might get
What
stuck.
time can you get him under the knife next week, Doc?
Doc, is that tech right there? Is
That's
that
pretty classic. Usually there's about 3 converging bone formations. That's kind of classic. But everybody grows these different, like fingerprints. Everybody has a unique growth pattern.
What's interesting is my left ear's worse, and Doc Scott always was like, "Are you goofy foot?" He'd always say that to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, Doc, I'm not goofy foot."
Yeah,
But,
the thought is that if one ear is toward the prevailing winds, which for most people in Santa Cruz, you're sitting on your board looking out to the west.
Right.
So the north wind catches that right ear, so there's a little tendency to have a little bit more narrow on the right.
One thing that I got with my ears is they itch.
Uh-huh.
And is the itch from the wax and the hair in there?
It
you
could
think?
be, but we also see people that have itchy ears who are not your case, but if they overuse Q-tips, because if you're actually stripping all the wax out, that's a protective layer for the skin. And so some people are stripping the wax out, and then they get itchy ears, and they try to use Q-tips more, and they just make holes.
Q-tips are not a good thing.
The key is with Q-tips, control the depth. If you grab the Q-tip with the cotton piece, the stick, that limits how far in you can go. And so that's usually going to be safe, because the eardrum's only an inch down inside. Some people's technique is put it until it hurts, and that's getting a little close to the eardrum.
Perfect.
But if you can kind of stay more towards the outside where the skin's thicker, it shouldn't be a problem.
I'm Neil.
Nice to meet you.
New
Wait,
victim.
hey, huh? Another candidate right here.
Okay.
This is Nessa.
Nessa?
Netta.
Netta.
That's Dr. Hetzler right here.
N-E-T-T-A?
Just one T.
One T? Netta. Welcome, Netta.
Stand so you can see the
Have you-
screen here.
Okay.
Netta, have you ever had your ears looked at with the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, was it good?
Did you see it? You saw it?
I did see it. I popped this eardrum last winter, so
Okay.
You
hopefully
want to do camera up now? Somebody
Sure.
Does the hearing seem pretty good on that side?
it seems fine.
Okay.
I had a sinus infection recently, and it was a little,
Okay.
popping.
If you get water in there, do you get dizzy?
No.
Good. You probably don't have a hole, but let's have a look.
Doc, is there scarring from a ruptured eardrum?
There can be. Other times, it's amazing how well it can heal and not really show evidence of it.
good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That looks like a really good looking eardrum. Looks really
Great.
good.
Good, 'cause
Oh,
I was
Yeah,
a
all
little
the normal
worried.
anatomy.
Is that the
Yeah.
one that was ruptured?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks fine.
Great.
Yeah, they can heal beautifully. Let me switch sides with you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you can see the screen. There you go.
I'm gonna clean my ears before I came.
No. We don't want that.
Mine are gonna be terrible.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's you could get
Round of applause here. It's all
Thank
clapping.
you.
all really good.
Okay.
Great.
Yours is
No,
the only
Perfect.
one. Yours is the only one you could see completely.
My ears are super sensitive to the cold and the wind. Like,
Well done. Well done.
I like surf with a hood on like most of the year.
Keep doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's working out
'Cause it
great
just
for you.
like hurts so bad once it gets cold.
So the skin in there is the thinnest skin in the body. It's a very poor insulator.
Yeah.
So some people just the wind blowing past,
yeah.
and certainly the cold water,
Yeah.
can cause a real reaction. So,
Okay.
no, they look great.
Okay. Thank you.
So, Doc, you recommend a hood surfing here in Santa Cruz?
It's whatever people are willing to do. I mean, the ultimate is, if you can put a hood on and your hair stays dry, that's probably going to function pretty well. Partly because we don't know exactly where all the senses are that set this off. So you get the best earplug in the world. The skin right behind your earlobe, it's not far from that to the ear canal. So if you got the great earplug here, but you're getting cold water here, could that still cause it? So a hood would kind of prevent that, like Neil's wearing here.
Well done.
It keeps your hair dry and keeps the water out.
Yeah.
And then for some people, the ultimate, which most people don't want to do, the ultimate would probably be earplugs and a hood. Try to keep all that cold stuff away. But a lot of people don't want, maybe they'll do one or the other. But, if you had a hood that kept your hair dry, that's probably better than plugs, to be honest.
My problem is
Get
I'm
your
a
hair
very.
cut, get your hair cut off.
I hate not being able to have good hearing in the water.
For sure.
And I'm super.
wanna yell at people.
Well, I'm super social when I surf,
Oh,
and
see,
so
well,
it's like a bar. I'm like
super
social.
Hang on a minute. Super social.
Well, not always positive. No, I'm not that
Well,
far.
but it's also, there's a whole auditory aspect to being in the ocean and dealing with the waves. You're kind of hearing, there's input you get from the sound of the wave that helps you be a better surfer. So you don't want to cut that off if you can avoid it. Because it's necessary, another sense that helps you deal with what's going on out there.
But it would ultimately help you from having ears like me.
If you could keep the cold water out, you shouldn't have a problem with that kind of thing. Yeah.
Are we ready for the Neil's update?
Why do you think I'm the worst?
Well, you've had both ears.
That's just laughing.
Both ears. So when
Okay.
Neil first came to see you, how did his ears look?
Pretty close, but I can't remember how long. Was that like 10 or
6
more
months
years?
ago, was there? Like 4 months.
That was the most recent one.
Yeah.
He's had some regrowth, I know.
Yeah.
But I can't remember when you had your surgery.
Yeah, it's probably 7 or 8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and you recovered well.
Yeah.
And
It takes like a weekend. You have 2 days where you can't get in the water. Can you get back in the water right away?
No, it's usually like about 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay.
is it common to have the regrowth occur faster after you have the surgery? Is there any
I mean,
scientific?
there's such a spectrum of that because some people are just really good bone growers. I mean, the ultimate was there was a dentist in town who said he had he said he started surfing in 1962, first ear operation 1972, and every 5 years after that. He's a real outlier. Now it's like a record bone grower. Plenty of
Good
people.
customer for you.
Well, he went to a lot of other people before he ever got to me. But, there's plenty of people that have surgery and their ears hold up fine over time. But we see all the outliers. I mean, if people grow a lot of bone, you can actually have this operation done, never go in cold water again, and your body could grow bone to a certain degree. There was a study they had in England that people who were swimming in the North Sea probably drilled. They didn't say how they did, they probably drilled. And some of these people did not go back to swimming in the North Sea afterwards. They followed them over 10 years. Someone closed off the ear canal 50% in spite of not going back in the cold water.
Yeah.
So a lot of individual variation. Some people are just more bone formers than others. We see all the outliers.
It makes sense. We had Michael Castro on the show
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, and he said he's had two,
2 or 3.
and we had 3 in one ear and 2 in the other.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's another reason for me not getting my ears drilled. But yeah.
Okay, let's
Okay,
have a
Neil, debut. The update.
I've been wearing this for a month.
And well, let's see if it helps. So every time you've been surfing, you've been wearing your hood.
Not every time.
Okay. All right. You just said you were wearing it for months. First off, your parents aren't here. You don't have to lie.
Time I've seen him with that.
There we go.
What?
Do you wear that into the bank?
Yeah. Point break.
Come on, Doc.
Okay, we're going to zoom in on this thing.
Okay. Just come over here a little bit, and then let's see what we got in this here.
TC easy.
Okay.
Oh, look. Hallelujah.
That looks
That's
terrible.
Some wax there.
Can I
Can't
zoom in
show
on
what's
that?
behind the wax. You got a bunch of wax there, though.
Okay. All right.
Once that's out of the way, we have a better idea. I mean, we see a little channel there, but you got wax blocking part of
Glad
it.
you guys are interested in my ears.
Let's see the other one now. Switch with you.
Come on, baby.
So you can't even tell. He has so much wax, you can't even see what's going on.
Right.
My hearing,
Pull the wax out of there. We
my
can't really
hearing,
tell.
my hearing has become a lot less in the last couple of months.
Which one?
Not so
Both,
good.
both ears?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what this side looks like.
Oh, this one's going to be great.
God.
So this got some. You've had some regrowth.
Uh-oh.
The front and back are touching there. A little space in the bottom.
Yeah.
A little space up above. But again, that by itself wouldn't necessarily cause a hearing problem unless there's something trapped down there we're not seeing, or if one of the bone growths is touching the eardrum.
So, Doc, when you chipped his ear, you got rid of those, right?
Yeah, it was a big brown convex passageway.
Just for our sake, who has the worst ears, me or TC? Just for.
Well,
you know, it's like,
until I get the wax out,
We're
I
very
can't really
competitive, just so you know.
tell. Until I get the wax out, I can't really tell. I can't.
So
tell.
it's a tie right now?
Until we got to get the wax out so we can make some sense of this. Till we do that, we don't
okay.
really know.
Also in the house is. Do you know Kim Rutherford?
Hello.
Well, Kim swam the Monterey Bay backwards. Oh, which is a foolish thing to do.
She's a fish.
She's done a bunch of other crazy swims
In cold water.
and I tell people I think she's one of the greatest female athletes here in our country.
Hey, remember when we did the J race?
Yeah.
And we saw you out there? And we're like, what are you doing out here? Like, well, we left at like midnight or something, but I don't know what you...
Like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, way before everybody.
So
Amazing.
you went from Monterey to Santa Cruz
Yeah.
Wrong way.
against the currents. Wow.
Kim Rutherford.
Yeah.
How were the jellyfish?
There was a lot. Yeah.
Was there whale poop on your trip?
No, that was
That-
in the Fairlawns. That was the relay.
Okay.
Fairlawns where there was,
Whale poop.
huge,
Oh, you're kidding.
massive, like quarter-mile
Yeah.
spread.
And you tasted it?
No, not me.
Oh. I don't know. It's in the water.
Yeah.
Okay. Kim, step
Yeah,
up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, so this is, I don't wear earplugs or anything.
Let's see.
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
This
This is going to be
I
awesome.
know.
We have an ocean fish getting her ears checked right
Do you wear
now.
like a swim cap?
Yes.
Look at
That's pretty
this.
Hold it. That looks awesome.
Pretty good.
Perfection.
That's your eardrum down there. Really not much closure at all. Looks good.
Hold it.
Let's see how the
That's
other
not
one.
fair.
That's not bullshit.
It's like no
We have
cavities.
one more- we have one more reading.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I have no cavities. This is so awesome.
Oh, get the
A
heck
little bit of
out of
wax
here.
there.
Yeah.
Is that on top?
Yeah, that's the top part of the ear canal. We're running a clinic later tonight to get that kind of thing out of people's ears. So.
Does wax stick to the top like that too?
Yeah, I can defy gravity.
Huh, that's
Really
amazing.
sticky stuff.
Kim, congratulations. Very impressive. I mean,
Because she's lower and she doesn't get the wind,
Well, it may also be because you have the water there. I don't know if the water is sloshing in it.
and
You
then
said
it
you wear a swim
warms
cap?
up.
I do, but it's...
Doesn't keep the water out of the ear.
No, not at all.
Yeah. I mean, it may be the fact that, like, if you come up out of the water, if you duck dive through a wave and come up and you're sitting in the water kind of drains away, the wind's blowing, that chilling, evaporative cooling.
I'm thinking the wind.
May add to it a little bit more.
Kim, when you swam from Monterey to Santa Cruz, how long did that take?
22 hours and 6 minutes.
22 hours and 6 minutes. You were in the ocean swimming.
Yes.
And
No wetsuit. No
and
wetsuit.
you left in the dark, correct? Is that if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken?
Mm-hmm.
Is it scarier to swim at night or the day?
Well, neither one.
You're not scared.
No.
Yeah, you just swim.
Yeah, the night's nice. It's
Huh.
nice. It's just quiet, just peaceful. Yeah.
And were you a competitive swimmer growing up?
Yeah, till about high schoolish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow. Always great to see you, Kim. Yeah. Congrats. A legend in Santa Cruz right there. Kim Rutherford. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Round of applause.
Raise.
So, John, you were just in Scandinavia, right? I texted you
Yeah.
in Norway. What are you doing over in that part of the world?
So the whole trip was structured around my wife's great niece's wedding in Italy.
Oh, okay.
But we scheduled some things before and after. But I had a chance to give a lecture at a place called Haukeland University in Bergen, Norway.
Okay.
And then at the University of Copenhagen in Copenhagen, Denmark. Just talking about the technique we use and what we're doing to manage this condition. Obviously they have cold water there.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of waves, but there's a lot of people who do ocean sports.
Yeah.
And so, they're dealing with some of these issues. So again, just kind of trying to spread the word
Right.
and let the ear surgeons know.
And since we've seen you since a year ago, what has technology improved for you? Is anything out there that's new and exciting that you're using?
Kind of using the same instruments.
Okay.
There's a few things I'm still trying to evolve that I think could be improved upon, but nothing dramatically different. I mean, microscope, general anesthesia,
Right.
handwork,
Yeah.
with the versatile instruments.
So how's your paddleboarding career coming along? Good.
I was out there yesterday.
Oh, there you go.
Not much for waves.
No.
Yeah.
Privates to Rockview.
Thank you, Tessa. Nessa, thank you.
I'm not getting out there enough. So actually, so my recent paddleboard outings have been
Bye, Lucas.
Bye-bye. Doc Scott's paddle out, The Hawaiian Princess paddle out on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then I was out on Monday. So that's the most I've done in a long time.
Wow.
Your ears didn't look that good, bro. You were really
How
confident.
were mine?
Well, again, the one we got to get the wax out so we can
Okay.
really see the bone behind
Okay.
it.
'Cause
The other side is, it's pretty tight. You've got space above and below. Those won't grow a lot more because they kind of merge.
I can just tell the last couple of months my hearing has gotten, gotten worse.
Okay.
Well, I know.
Is that because of the wax, maybe?
If there's, again, there can be, think of these
Yeah.
bone growths as like the waist of an hourglass. And
Yeah.
some of the stuff can be behind
Okay,
that
yeah.
that we can't see or get at.
Okay.
And so if there's some stuff down there touching the eardrum, that
Are
would
you,
cause the hearing
are you
drop off.
performing surgery here in the boardroom this evening?
Hopefully not.
Well, I'll just to be honest, I think maybe 3 years ago, you were like, you have a really bad blockage with wax.
Yeah.
The second you took that out, it went like, ah! I could hear the second I heard the air conditioning system, things I couldn't even recognize. It was amazing, and the combination of Surfer's ear and the wax,
Yeah.
that's a huge effect.
Yeah, that's a big plug.
What's that foot-long sandwich the stuff from Subway that you like?
I think you brought me a ham sandwich.
The ham
I
sandwich?
think it was a ham sandwich.
Yeah.
What number is that? That's Subway. 16?
It's called the Hetzler.
Well, it's amazing that first off, you educate us a lot about this stuff, which is great. And I know that you're keeping people in the water by enabling them to stay surfing and not having ear discomfort. So congrats to that. How many years have you been doing this now?
So I've been in Santa Cruz since 1988. So
And you're from the Midwest.
who's
right?
from the Midwest?
Yeah.
No. That's 37 years, I guess. 37 years here in Santa Cruz. But I mean, it's gratifying work. I mean, it's a very tangible thing. There's a problem. Let's fix the problem and get things working and get people back to what they love.
Yeah.
It's very good.
And-
Has the amount of doctors increased worldwide due to
They
your
do this technique?
Yes.
I think
I
it's
know
probably
you-
gradually fanning out. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had people come from Japan to see how we do the surgery, France, Germany, various places in the U.S. I got an email recently from the guy, Dr. Nakanishi, who's in Osaka, Japan,
Yeah.
and he said, all the surfers over there kind of learning about what he does because most of the other ear surgeons do the cut, peel,
Yeah.
drill.
Yeah. Which sounds horrible.
And so he's getting all the people that have the most severe, and so he's doing great work over
Yeah.
there. And I think he gets people from Australia, New Zealand, Pacific.
I imagine it's just growing because of surfing's popularity
Yeah, more and more people in the
worldwide. I mean, they're
water.
surfing in Iceland and Alaska,
Yeah.
the tip of South America. It's like, so I imagine South America must also be a growing.
I've had people come from Peru, Chile.
Yeah, I'm sure South Africa, you said, was very popular as
there's
well.
I've been to South Africa. There's a doctor there, Martin Young in Nijsna, who's using this technique and getting good results.
Wow.
So I think in some of those really cold places, there may be less of an issue. Like if somebody goes to surf Iceland, Norway, they're pretty much neoprene head to toe.
4 mil hoods.
So they may not have the water exposure. But I mean, most people aren't, just surfing Iceland and Norway. They're doing it elsewhere, East Coast, West Coast, whatever.
And that makes sense because in Santa Cruz, we're kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
So we don't wear hoods,
Yeah.
and then we have lots of surf.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like you were saying. Skateboarders don't want to wear don't like to wear helmets.
Yeah.
Surfers don't like to wear hoods, even
Yeah.
though.
There's a bit of a stigmatism to it, a little bit. And
Yeah.
and then a lot of times it's not a problem till it's a problem.
Right.
So
I mean, somebody could go along for a long time, and this thing could be growing, closing, and they have no idea. Which is why you can actually people can buy these things themselves on Amazon.
yes, and you said those
This
are
sort of
very,
thing.
very reasonable.
Less than
huh?
$20. I don't know what the tariffs have
Really?
done to that, but
Huh.
they're coming out of China.
Right.
This one's a USB plug-in thing you can use on Macs and PCs. There are also little ones you can use with phones. I actually brought one of those, but you can buy those for about $30. It just works on a Wi-Fi system, so
Yeah.
people can look at their own ears and see what's
Yeah.
going on. And otherwise, you can't see your own ear. You don't know what's going on in there.
It's almost like checking your own heart.
Yeah.
Same type of deal.
I
Yeah.
think it's also important to mention about people listening to loud music loud music, for example, right?
I mean, that's another big issue, obviously, noise damage. One of the big things now is, earbuds
Yeah.
with whatever you can generate out of your phone. So if you crank everything all the way up on a phone, max out everything, you can put out 115 decibels. And by national standards, they say you shouldn't expose yourself to that to more about 15 seconds. You start risking hearing loss. But, you could sit there and have your personal rock concert for hours.
Yeah.
And so they're talking about people in their 20s showing up with hearing loss and starting looking at getting hearing aids
Yeah.
because of the noise damage they've done. So whether it be power tools, concerts, earbuds, any of these things that are really, really loud, And that's irreversible. Once you kill those nerves, we can't bring them back.
And you've been proactive in that. We've had you.
Yeah,
we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Concerts and
I bought
Yeah.
my midtown block party. I bought a big thing of earbuds from CVS.
Yeah.
So I was handing it out to all the kids, and then adults came. I just handed them all out.
One way to kind of gauge whether you're listening to things that are a little bit on the loud side, if you can't carry on a conversation like we are now because
Yeah.
the music's so loud,
Yeah.
you're getting up to that zone where it might start doing some damage. So if you start yelling at each other,
Right, yeah.
which is really common in lots of situations, you're probably creeping up into that zone. You might start doing some damage.
Right.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess the moral of the story is try to keep your ears warm, right?
Sure.
So whether it's a hood, an earplug, is there maintenance that we could recommend to people, like after surf maintenance?
There's one thought. Again, nobody's really tested this, but I've always kind of wondered if you came out of the water and put some warm water in your ears, to kind of flush the ocean water out of there, would that warmth counter some of that other effect of the cold water? Mm-hmm. Again, this happens over thousands of hours, over years, so it's really hard to know. But that might be somewhat beneficial.
Q-tips are no good.
Got to control the depth. Key there is control the depth. Like I said, grab the Q-tip where the cotton meets the stick, just a little cotton end sticking out.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do any damage with that, although if you have a lot of bone, you might bump up against it. But as far as the average person with an open ear canal, the eardrum's only an inch down inside.
Right.
Don't hit the eardrum.
So you're taking grab the Q-tip where the cotton meets the stick.
Just that little cotton end
Yes,
stick.
you
That should be
barely.
safe.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
should be
Okay.
safe.
Gotcha.
If you know that you have wax in your ear, like TC and I do, is something we can put in our ears to dissolve that wax, or
There are things that may soften it. The
Yeah.
challenge is it may soften it, but not necessarily get it out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of systems out there. There's Debrox, which is basically kind of a hydrogen peroxide type product. The Murine company makes an ear wash kit. You can kind of flush things out, and some people can get benefit from that.
What about the candle? The thing you light on fire?
fraudulent?
Fraudulent. Okay.
So let me tell the story. So I had a patient who said they were going to get their ear candle. I said, well, come by the office before you do it. We'll take a picture of your ear canal. Go get your ear candle, come back, and we'll get a picture afterwards. So the before picture, there's a couple little flakes of wax, not much in there, healthy skin, nice looking eardrum. Went and got their ear candle. They said the person who did this never looked in their ear the whole time they were doing this thing. Came back, there's all this soot along the skin of the ear canal and covering the eardrum. The little pieces of wax were still there. So the concept is supposed to create vacuum to extract stuff. It doesn't. And you're more likely to get stuff going in and
The
coating
soot.
it. But the thing that's valuable about it,
Chimney.
it's good to have somebody show interest in your problem.
Yeah.
Lay down in the middle of the day and relax. That's all incredibly therapeutic. But as far as extracting something from the ear, no.
Yeah.
No.
The best is someone like yourself.
Well,
who
I mean,
can go in
we'd
with
like
the-
people to do, self-care. If they get these little cameras, look at their own ears, see if they even have any wax buildup. A lot of people don't. They're self-cleaning. But yeah, flushing is probably a pretty safe thing to do for most people. A little softener, flush it. You can try that. And if it's jammed down inside there, I mean, my bias is I know what I can do with my hands and my equipment. I can do it carefully and gently and get the stuff out of there. There's a lot of doctors out there that are flushing people in their offices, and that can work out okay. But again, step one is that people can look in there and see what's in their own ear, and then they have a better
And
idea.
before we go, the youngest patient you've had with surfer's ear?
The youngest I've operated on is 14.
14 years old. So
This
this,
somebody had been actively involved in water sports for about 10 years.
because it's always like, oh, only carps get surfer's ear, but it's not just carps. Like, you've had a 14-year-old have to get chiseled.
A few people in their teens, 20s. The average age is probably somebody 30s or 40s.
Right. And it also, and going back to what we said, a lot of times the symptoms aren't there until the bone growth is complete.
Right. It's kind of like grow. I'm okay. I'm not okay.
Yeah, help.
And so it becomes, you kind of fall off the cliff. Yeah.
And can we get it on record that you are not retiring anytime soon? He's going.
I'm not planning on it.
Okay.
I'm good for a few more years, I think.
4 years.
And remember, today's date is July 22nd,
Okay,
2025.
we'll catch you on 23.
Yeah, we'll give it a couple of years.
Is there a number? Are we going for
No.
4,000 years?
No.
Okay.
I don't have any special plans. No.
Okay.
Still,
Are you a number one right now in surgeries, you think?
I may be, and that's more a function of the high rate of this condition in Santa Cruz. And about half the people operating are local and half are from out of the area because they have a word of mouth. And I suspect that may be as many as anybody in the world.
And is that you do all kinds of surgeries?
I do other types of things.
Yeah, you do other types of things. When you look at your calendar, like surfer's ear, do you skip into the operating room? Or do you?
I mean, I enjoy doing the operation. We got a great team; they're great to work with, and great patients. And it's a good thing all the way around. I mean, we have a very defined problem that we can help, very tangible problem, and so it's gratifying work. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you saved the years of a lot of people in this, just in our town alone. So, a lot of people here, including myself, want to say thank you to you. We're always
welcome.
We're always, we love having you on the show. It's always a great show, right?
Yeah, no, it's amazing having you here, and we love to get the updates and just to joke about our ears because we always have this competitive ear thing going on. But it is true. You've done 3,300 years or something.
3,800.
3,800 years,
yeah.
and surfing for those thousands of people is their life.
Yeah, there are people that stopped surfing because they're having so much trouble, and they were really excited to be able to go back in the water and have their ears drained. So it kind of, as you get older, what are the things that can improve in your physical being? Well, this is one of those things. Let's give you a fresh start. Let's reboot the ear canal so that they work the way they're supposed to.
I guess that there's always hope, right? So there's, don't let it get to the point where you have to change your lifestyle so much because there's always hope that you can get back and have a normal existence with the ocean. Yeah, that's good stuff. Wow. Doc, thanks for coming on.
Glad to be here.
Great to be back. Yeah, that was always fresh to get you back. I'll give you a shake of the hand. He's not retiring, Neil.
No, he's going to be
here. We thought he might be announcing it tonight or something. Yeah.
Let's talk about next week's show. Lee Solomon is our guest from KSBW.
Is he going to spill the beans?
I don't know. I think so.
Everybody's wondering.
And he just got married too, so lots to talk about.
So the honeymoon.
I told him to bring the new missus down here.
Is he?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
It'll be great to see Lee Solomon, our weather guy. He disappeared, but he's back.
The following day, which is next Wednesday, the one and only Doug Hout.
Love it.
Is in his 60th year of shaping boards. Is going to be on the show.
Announced, I will find out, but he sort of announced that he may be retiring from surfboard shaping. We'll find out. Tune in next week for the Doug Hout interview.
Yeah.
Because I saw a kind of a cryptic post on social media. We'll find out. So if you're interested in what's going on with Doug Hout and the 60th anniversary of shaping boards,
catch all the shows from previous shows offthelitradio.com or on YouTube or all podcast platforms.
Love that. Dr. Hetzler, thank you for all your work. Yeah, you are doing a huge benefit to the surfing community. And thank you for that. And you're wearing your Doc Scott shirt today.
The one thing he's not showing, he's not on a surfboard anywhere in this logo, I don't think.
You're right. Well, because, he similar to what you said, he knew that it wasn't just surfing.
He's a waterman.
Yeah, he knew that it wasn't just surfing. Yeah. So,
thanks, Doc.
Dr. Hetzler, you're royalty in our town. Thank you for being here. Neil, we'll see you next week.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next week on the Off Lip Radio Show. Good night.